so sorry. Yeah. Earth, brown, melanin, mercury, soul train, cold tan, down to the core it's all soul. Pure gold, mad mind, mad miners, Congo, mad miners, go home, iPhone. Bad apple, pure bodies dead, bad apple. The tree spoke from Ghana. Them people, them Ghana. Shook that tree for a money maker. Sucks how I did wrong. Earth, if everybody's birth, then what's a pure body worth? My soul cry earth. Brown, melanin, mercury, soul train, cold tan, down to the course all soul. Pure gold, mad mind, mad miners, Congo, mad miners, go home, iPhone. Bad apple, pure bodies dead, bad apple. My tree spoke from Ghana. Now my people them Ghana. Now you shook that tree for a money maker, and it sucks how I did wrong. Oh earth, if everybody's birth, what's a pure body worth? I'm so sorry. Earth, brown, melanin, mercury, soul train, cold train, pure heart. Hear the A-R-T-H, hear the hear T, hut. There goes the sound of the underdog. See my dread, an underdog, you could be my dread. See my dread, sausage dog, you could be my dread. Against PITs, you've been barking man, please be my guest. Nappy headed sirens scream till they don't sound the alarm like this. Earth, brown, melanin, mercury, soul train, cold tan, down to the core it's all soul. Pure gold, mad mind, mad miners, Congo, mad miners, go home, iPhone. Bad apple, pure body said, bad apple. My tree spoke from Ghana. Now my people them Ghana. Now you shook that tree for a money maker. Sucks how I did wrong. Oh earth, if everybody's birth, what's a pure body worth?
Ever since I was a kid, I had a dream of becoming a pilot, but could never afford it. One day I decided to stop making excuses, to sacrifice my comfort, to make my dream happen. My name is Dee, and this is my journey. This is Future Pilot 901. Yes. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's up, people, boys and girls, aviators, aviation enthusiasts? Welcome to Future Pilot 901. Today we got the flight sim set up as usual. It's our mid-week flight sim stream, and today I am gonna go back to engine failures after takeoff. Engine failures after takeoff. Yeah, why am I practicing engine failures after takeoff? Because when you got an engine failure at altitude, it's different. And we'll see a little bit of that today. It's different because you're probably cruising, I'm probably cruising about 100 knots, maybe 90 to 100 knots, whereas on the climb out, I'm usually about 70 to 80 knots, which is much closer to the stall speed. And on top of that, we're in the climb, which means that if we don't have thrust, we're very quickly going to exceed the critical angle of attack if we do not push that nose forward. So I want to be proficient at these things, because who knows when these kind of scenarios will creep up on you. And I'm sorry, but they're not creeping up on me. I want to be ready. So I like to practice these things. If you're working on your PPL, that is the private pilot's license, student pilot, these are kind of very useful exercises to do. In fact, on your journey to going first solo, you will likely do exactly this exercise. Now, with a flight sim, I have the freedom of actually landing in a field, but obviously in real life, you won't be landing in the field. You'll be simulating and then doing a go around before you get to an unsafe altitude, as instructed by your instructor. I'm not an instructor. I'm just a private pilot license holder, wanting to keep myself proficient, especially at the things that are not part of normal flight. So don't take my word as gospel. Do your own research, consult your flight instructor. This is just a little bit of educated fun, as I like to think about it. All right, I use Explain 12. So without further ado, by the way, I watched the video from last week's stream, and I noticed the audio was, so I had my microphone literally close to my face like this. But the sound was trash because unfortunately I didn't select the correct setting. Yeah, happens sometime. Happens sometime. Give me a second. Yeah, unfortunately, these things happen sometimes, but today I've made a point of double checking that the correct microphone is set. All right, ladies and gents, let's get right to it. Anyways, how you guys doing? Shout out to the lurkers in the internet. People who hide in the dark corners of the internet, not saying anything, not commenting, not chatting, not liking, just watching, just watching. Thank you for biasing the algorithm towards me just a little bit. All right, I see you. I see you seeing me, seeing you, seeing me. I don't know how that works, but somehow in my head it does. With that said, let's get on with it. Where is it? I still need to figure out how to get the sound. I'll probably need to do OBS. But for now, I'm going to have some relaxing. No, not relaxing. We're going to have some chilled music. Oh, we got one of those lurkers on the internet. Shout out to Fiona. 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 Is that how you say your name? Fiona. Shout out to you, one of those lurkers in the dark corners of the internet, keeping their eye on me. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Look at that sunset. That's beautiful. Right. I'm going to do some circuits, maybe one or two, just to warm myself up, and then we'll get to this engine failure beeswax. All right, let me just double check. It's now on pause. All right. And let's go music. Music makes me lose control. Music makes me lose control. Let's go. All right, ladies and gents. Get the seat adjusted and locked. Right, pre-flight is done. We are on runway 20 at North Wheels. So it's a right-hand circuit. Here we go. Alrighty. Do you know what? My seat feels weird at the moment. We have movement. All right. I'll switch the view. Hide. Let's go to this view. All right. Here we go. Ready for departure. So double checked runway 20, 20, 20. Windsock, wind is calm. Rudder pedals. Let's double check out here. We've got ailerons, elevator, full and free movements in the correct sense. All right, let's go back in, up, back. Here we go. And 2000 RPM set, T's and P's in the green, and release, dance with the rudders. Our ball point is Alpha 4, and full power. Let's regain center line. It's a flat plus takeoff. T's and P's in the green, power set, airspeed is on live, 60 knots, rotates. Climbing about there. Raising that nose slightly because we've got a bit of extra speed. Happy new month, by the way, if this is your first time on the channel this December. All right. And 300 feet above, so we go no flaps to retract, engine T's and P's and the green, landing light goes off, and keep on climbing, looking for that bit there. We'll start our crosswind, keep that nose down. 1,000 feet for 1,200. (1,200 feet) altitude, power, trim. Clear right, clear ahead, clear Clear left, clear right, clear ahead. And let's get trimmed and bank balance, back pressure. Roll out about there. Got a little bit of height, so just gently come back down 1,200 feet. Make our downwind call. Golf Foxtrot Golf downwind, touch and go. All right, let's get trimmed for straight and level flights. Slight squeeze of power and pre-landing checklist. Brakes pressure checked, undercarriage set. Make sure for rich flaps not required. Fuel sufficient. Correct tank is selected. We're on both on this aircraft. Fuel pump we don't need. Carb heat, landing light goes on. Hatches, harnesses all good. 1,200 feet checked. And all right. Carby goes off. Pre-landing checklist is complete. Now, the thing about the circuit at Northfield is we're going to have a longer base on 2.0 than we do on 0.2. So I'm going to be delaying setting up here. Otherwise, I will be too low. So we're looking for this junction just here, which is junction 7 on the M11. And then we're going to be also looking for those ponds just then. All right, carb heat goes hot. Power comes down. Reduce power, 1,500. Hold that nose. Slow down, don't go down. And let's get ourselves into the Y arc. And 10 degrees of flaps. Bringing it up to 1,600. Slowing the speed down. And let's get 20 degrees flaps. Slowing us down, reducing the power, and let's maintain that. Keeping an eye on the runway. Reducing the power. Carb beat goes away, ready for a go around. Clear left, clear ahead, clear right. Let's turn. We're probably quite late on the turn here. Reducing the power. And squeezing a little bit more power in. Yeah, I find on the sim, runway 2.0, I'm still getting used to it. But that's fine. We're not going to overdo it here. We're just going to slowly come back. And reduce the power slightly, maintaining a good speed. And 30 degrees flaps. Let's have about 65 knots. And getting our power comes back to idle. And our aiming points, nice and relaxed. Going for those numbers. Last time I checked the speed, flying level, looking down the end of the runway. Touchdown. And flaps for takeoff. And right rudder. Nice, get control. We'll do one more circuit and then we go for engine failure on takeoff. Power sets. T's and P's in the green. Airspeed is alive. We're looking for 55 knots this time. 55 knots we have, rotating. And let's just correct that. The thing about this go around is that I'm super out of trim. And I just need to correct that, and it's now corrected. All right, next round, we do engine failure on takeoff. Now that I've warmed up with a circuit or two. Hope you guys in the chat are all good. All right, 600 feet, accelerating. Flap comes up, maintain that. Engine T's and P's in the green. Let's get that landing light off. And trimmed. Cool. Do our checks. Clear to the left, clear ahead, clear right. And bank, balance, back pressure. (1,200 feet), attitude, power, trim, bank, balance. All right, let's watch that altitude, reduce the power slightly, get trimmed. Let's correct that and get back to 1,200 feet. All right, at this point, we can call downwind. Go Foxtrot Golf, downwind, touch and go. Perfect. We're coming up a beam. So we're going to do our pre-landing checklist. Brakes pressure checked, undercarriage is set, mixtures for rich, flaps not required, fuel sufficient, correct tech selected. Fuel pump is on, but we don't need a fuel pump in this one. But I just say that for the PA28. Carby goes hot, hatches, harnesses, landing lights. Check our altitude. Altitude looks good. And hatches, harnesses, all good. Landing lights is good. Car beats away. Pre-landing checklist complete. All right, now we were slightly low earlier, so I'm going to configure at the same time, but I'm going to just keep a little bit more power in. Let's see what that does. So nicely trimmed here, 1,200 feet, which is the circuit height. Let's see what 16 or 1,700 RPM gives us. Which is, you know, some of the things that we have to do. Okay, so we're coming up against that junction there, junction 7, M11. Carby goes hot and power comes back, aiming for about 1,700 RPM this time. Slow down, don't go down. Let's get into the white arc. We've got our ponds that we're aiming for there. Let's slow ourselves down. Slow ourselves down. In the white arc, 1 notch of flaps, 2 notches of flaps. Still maintaining. Let's get about 70. All right, just bringing the nose up slightly to get ourselves at the right speed, bringing the power down slightly since we're going to be a bit high. And this time we're going to try not to overcook the turn again. So clear left, clear ahead, clear right, and go Foxtrot Golf, turning final. 2-0, touch and go. All right, so a little bit better here, it's a little overcooked on the turn. Carby goes away, ready for a go around, squeezing in a little bit more power. And let's get that speed down, raising the nose. And let's get 30 degrees flaps. And we're going to have to lower the nose to maintain that speed on about 65 knots. So a bit to the right this time. So let's go around to the right, the left, and get ourselves on the center line. Get the center line, get a center line. Our power goes to idle. Runway is made. And that's our transition. Looking down the end of the runway and nice and gentle on the center line. Perfect. Maintaining center line with the rudder pedals. Takeoff flaps. All right. For some reason, this time power set, T's and P's and the green airspeed is alive. We're looking for 55 knots. Way is a little bit wobbly. 55 knots rotate. Okay, so let's pause because I'm going to do engine failure now. Right. What am I thinking about? Can you imagine if you could pause in real life? Can you imagine pausing real life? That would be a brain. Yeah, that would mess up my brain. Imagine just, have you seen Adjustment Bureau? That would be crazy. But okay, so what am I thinking about on engine failure on takeoff? First thing is I'm listening for the sound. That's the main thing. By the time I look at the RPM, it's too late. So I'm listening for that sound. As soon as that happens, I need to react. Why? Because I'm in the climb doing about 70 odd knots, 70 to 75 knots. If I remain like this, actually, that's what I will do. Let's do that. Let's do. Shout out to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate you. So let's just maintain the same attitude, even though the engine has failed. Let's see how long we will have before it all falls apart. I'm going to get a timer. Actually, I've got a timer on my yoke. How do I work it? Stopwatch. There we go. Okay, I've got a stopwatch on my yoke. So I'm going to have an engine failure, but I will maintain the attitude, and then we'll see how long I will have. Let's call it at. Let's get to the end of the runway, however high that gets us. Right. So back to the flight sim. Unpause and. Let's get our climbing attitude. There we go. So that's about it. And then 3, 2, 1. Engine failure. Started the timer, the stopwatch. We're about 500. If I stay there, just maintain this attitude. How long before I get down? Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. That was 16 seconds. Ooh. New flight. Let's start again. Same runway. That was 16 seconds. Let's go runway 20. So things happen quite quickly if you're on the climb, on takeoff, doing engine failure on takeoff. So this time I'm going to have, by mixture, turn your engine off. Yep. Correct. So there is an engine failure on takeoff checklist or forced landing checklist. And part of that is securing the engine, mixture off, fuel off, mags off, masters off, doors open. Okay. But this was me showing the wrong thing. It was me showing what happens if I don't react quickly enough and actually push the yoke forward. What if I maintain the same climb attitude? What happens? How long do I have? And about 500 feet, just about 500 feet, I had about 16 seconds on the flight sim. I don't know whether that is exactly the same in real life, but it's worth knowing this happens quite quickly. And that's why the response needs to be swift. I don't have time to diagnose. I just have to hear the sound and that's it. So this time I'm going to plan to land back on the runway, to have an engine failure and land back on the runway. And I'm going to see how quickly I have to do this. Bro, where you been where you are a few years ago. Explanation is great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Wait, shout out to you. Thank you very much. Much appreciate. I'm going to give you a Don DeMarco. And I'm going to give you applause. See you at the airlines. But yeah, got to keep practicing. So this time I'm going to do engine failure on takeoff and land back on the runway. But the key is, how swiftly do I have to act? That's the key. So let's go. Hide that. Okay, so brakes on. Make sure that's all good. Let's go 2000 RPM. Let's just adjust that real quick. In fact, let me change this view. There we go. All right. So power 2000 RPM is set. T's and P's in the green. Why is my chair's funky, man? All right, here we go. And brakes released, heels to the floor. Getting that right rudder in, T's and P's in the green. Power goes. This again is a flat plus takeoff. Power set, T's and P's in the green. Airspeed's coming alive. We are looking for 60 knots. We have rotating, climbing up about 70. And engine failure. Ooh, like immediately. Look, that's still 70 knots. And looking down the runway. This might be a little bit. There we go. Get ourselves centered. Bring it to the left. And gentle braking. Okay, and let's restart that. Flight configuration, change location, Northfield, runway 20. Let's go, start new flight. And let's pause that. So that was pretty swift acting. In fact, one of the things that I love watching Aviation 101, and he has this series with Dan Grider, and it's called AQP Grassroots. And it's about revalidation training, how the airlines have a more robust revalidation training, simulator sessions, that kind of thing, where they practice, some of these key emergency procedures to ensure that they're safe. And of course, commercial air transport has a very, very, very good safety record. In fact, it's the safest mode of transport. General aviation isn't at the same level. But the question, or the thing that they tackle, is what can we do to make general aviation even safer for us? And one of those things is AQP, practicing things like this. And one of the things they said in their video is that you should actually be light in your seat by how much you change the pitch as soon as you've noticed engine failure. It should be so swift that you feel like light in your seat. Right? If you're not doing it quick enough, then that's not quick enough. If you're not light in your seat, it's not quick enough. So you need to change that pitch immediately. And you could see there, I moved quite swiftly, and I was just about able to maintain the same speed, because when you have power, when you have thrust, the maximum RPM, this gives you 70 knots. But when you don't have forward thrust, you need the weight to give you the speed, right? You need the weight to actually give you the forward speed. So that would be the attitude to go into. There isn't time for flaps. There isn't time for even securing the engine, right? Because aviate, first of all, you need to be in control of the aircraft. And at that point in real life, there is no time to secure the engine to open the doors, right? You've got limited runway. It's happened quite low. You need to get a move on. If you are a decent enough height where you can do all of that and make a mayday call, then make a mayday call, obviously fly the aircraft first. But again, I'm not a flight instructor. I've just had flight instructors and I've watched flight instructors, and I'm kind of instructing myself in public. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research and speak to your flight instructor. All right, let's see what are people saying. Let's see. Yeah, so I see you prefer Explain rather than Microsoft Flight Simulator. Why? I also like Explain. Okay, I actually don't know whether I prefer Explain. I just so happened to have got Explain 5 years ago when I had a Mac. And of course, I can't use Microsoft's Flight Simulator on the MacBook. So I downloaded Explain, and then I got used to Explain, and I kept Explain. So then when I got my desktop, I just got Explain 12. So I should get Microsoft Flight Simulator and just experience it. So that's a good point. I don't prefer it. I don't know if I prefer it because I've never tried MSFS. But I will try it. I will try it probably sometime next year. Maybe I'll do a comparison. But thank you for that question. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I do have a background in education. I have been a coach. So I like to break things down, one, to myself, because that's how I understand things. But people usually say that, you know, they like how I break things down as well. So I guess that's just a byproduct of how I learn. But I appreciate the comment, man. I think it's important to be able to explain things because it means that I'm grasping it. Because every time I explain something, I'm checking my own understanding. So yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Right, let's try it one more time. Let's try it one more time. Una vez más. Una vez más. Got me speaking Spanish, Español. Una vez más. All right, who should we play? Who should we play? Should we play my good friend Matty Long and the Love Guns? I think I want to play Matty Long and the Love Guns. Let's go. Let me change. I'm going to change that. Matty Long and the Love Guns, Ruby Funk.
Well, I've seen this girl, you know she looks like Ruby Funk. She was feeling her mind with all
Have one more go. One more go. One more go. And the crowd goes wild. Okay, let's get 10 degrees of flaps. Again, I'm going to be landing back on the runway with runway remaining. All right, 2000 RPM set. T's and P's are in the green. When it's calm, we're runway 20 checked. Releasing the brakes and just engaging that right rudder. And full power goes on. Power set. T's and P's are in the green. Airspeed is alive. Our bulk point is Alpha 4. We're good. 55 knots. Rotate. Engine failure. Immediately. Listening out for that sound. Looking down the runway. Left rudder, left rudder. Good, successful. Now this time we're gonna have no runway remaining. No runway remaining to finish. Finish with a big bang. Hopefully not. Let's go. What to do? Stop myself from loving you, yeah. Okay. 10 degrees of flaps, 2000 RPMs. 2000 RPM set. T's and P's under green. This time, no land runway remaining. So we go back down 2000 RPM, releasing the brakes, heels to the floor. And power goes. Full power set. T's and P's under green. Airspeed's coming alive. 55 knots rotating. And we're in the climb out, everything looks good. T's and P's in the green. We climb about VX, so we're going to drop that nose slightly. There we go. All right, bear in mind the best glide speed on the 172 is 65 knots. So here, just as I'm coming to do my felt checks here, I notice power goes. Okay, so we need to drop that nose. Just going to go for the field to the left there. No time for anything. Actually, I've got time for fuel, mixture, and I can use the flaps. 30 degrees of flaps. And we're literally floating. Well, that was sounded a bit loud, but we're safe. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. We made it. We made it. We made it. Yeah. The only thing is we're now gonna have to report it to the AAIB. So yeah. But yeah, just want to get it into my system. I think it's important to keep these skills fresh, especially when I'm flying like once a month or sometimes once every 2 months. At times I've got my kind of busy times where I fly a lot, and then I've got the quiet times. It's important just to keep that skill going. Keep that skill going. By the way, if you're new to the channel, thank you for passing by. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. If you're on Kick, hit that follow button. Hey, look, if you drop gifted subs, I'm not going to be upset with you. I won't be Hey, listen. If you drop a super chat, I will not be mad. I won't be mad. I won't be mad. I promise. I promise. I'll just let it go. I'll let it go. You know. Yeah. So if you're new, make sure you check out the content. For example, ever since I was a kid, I had a dream of becoming a pilot, but could never afford it. One day I decided to stop making excuses, to sacrifice my comfort, to make my dream happen. My name is Dee, and this is my journey. This is Future Pilot 901. Yes. So, And just because I'm grateful that you're here, I'm gonna share with you one more. Just because I'm grateful that you're here. I'm gonna I'm gonna share with you a trailer for a series on my YouTube channel where I'm doing my PPL training. Check it out.
Nice takeoff.
That's a screw. I was waiting for that because everyone does it.
I'm gonna make sure that you can do it. And you can do it, I know.
Gonna get to the height of a double-decker bus.
How about this height?
Smoothly throttle to idle. Smoothly raise the nose.
This is floating. It's float.
Yes, man. Good food after hard days of flying, bro.
Bro, it's needed, man. That landing, whew. I'm worn out.
Okay, we have a request. I will honor your request. Let's have a look. So you should try to get up to 1500 minus 2. What's that? 1500 minus 200? Are you making me do maths? Are you making me do maths at this hour of the night? What does that even mean? 1500 feet. 15 minus 2, 1500 dash 200. Let me know what you mean. Get to 1500 feet? How about get to 1000 feet and then loop back? Should I do that? Cut off the engine and then do a loop back. Try at least. So basically, try the impossible turn when it's just about gets to the point where it's not impossible. All right. Let's do it. Let's get up to 1000 feet and then loop back and try to land on the opposite way. Oh, you meant 2000 feet. Fair enough. I tell you what, let's do 1000 feet. Let's see what happens at 1000 feet if I climb straight out and then cut the engine and try to turn back. Let's see. Swap the view, share window. Okay, hide that. Let's get 10 degrees of flaps. So at that point, I would have cleaned up the flaps, which is quite useful actually if I want to increase my gliding distance. So let's wait. Why am I not there? Let's get me back in the picture. Let's get some music going. Let's get Tyrone back here. All right. All right.
I'm so sorry.
Checked. And let's get 2000 RPM there. 2000 RPM holding the brakes. Let's hide that.
Yeah.
Let's make sure. Now, obviously, I'm skipping pre-flight and checks and all that because I'm just working on the maneuver. All right. T's and P's in the green. Release the brakes.
Earth, brown,
And heels to the floor. Full power. Power set.
Cold time, down to the course also.
T's and P's in the green. Airspeed's coming alive. We need 55 knots. And we have 55 rotating.
Pure body said, bad apple. The tree spoke from Ghana. Them people, them Ghana. Shook that tree for a
Wait,
maker.
what was that?
Sucks how I did wrong. Earth.
Are we having gusts? What's going on?
Then what's the pure body worth? My soul cry earth.
All right.
Melanin,
Aiming for
Mercury, soul train, Coltrane, Coltan, down to the course
1,000
also.
feet above, yeah? 1,000 feet above. So aerodrome is about 1,300.
Mad miners, go home.
So let's aim for 1,000 feet above.
Bad apple.
Coming up to 600,
Bad apple.
which is 300 above. We're going to clean up the flaps.
Now my people them
Continue the
gone
climb.
now. Now you shook that tree
Engine
for
T's and
money
P's in the
maker.
green.
And it sucks
Landing
I
light
hadn't
goes
hit
off.
wrong.
And let's continue the
Oh,
climb.
Earth. If everybody's birth, what's a pure body worth?
Let's increase that. Yeah, I find the rudder pedals a little bit funky on a flight sim. Okay, so we're coming up to 1,000 feet. Q and H. So we're going to go 1,000 above ground. At this point in real life, I'm into like the next airfield's airspace. So I wouldn't do this in real life. Okay. Cut at 1,300. And cut. Engine failure. All right. Let's lower that nose. Obviously, I wouldn't react this quickly in real life. Am I even going to spot the runway from here? Okay, I've got extra speed. So, at the moment, I'm not being very efficient.
I'm so sorry.
So now we're best glide speed. But I was trying to spot the runway. Okay, there it is. So, I mean, I haven't been efficient at putting the correct best glide speed, but yikes. You know, it's not going to happen basically. But again, maybe that's just something slightly different on flight sim compared to real life. But I mean, at this point, I'd go full flaps, just commit to landing on the grass instead of trying to make it back. Full flaps, lower the nose, secure the engine, fuel, mixture mags, open the door ready for, and then just set it down.
Against PITs, you've been barking mad, please be my guest. Nappy headed sirens scream, so they don't sound the alarm like this.
Yeah, so interesting. Obviously, I was kind of battling to find the runway there, and I wasn't efficient with my speed. But I guess that kind of counteracts the fact that I reacted quite quickly. In real life, I probably won't react that quickly because of startle effect. So yeah, interesting exercise to try. Thank you for suggesting.
Down to the course also. Pure gold, mad miners, mad miners, go home.
Yo, the all persons officials got jokes.
My tree spoke from Ghana. Now my people them gone.
The all persons official has got jokes. You guys are funny, man. Listen, I appreciate your time, appreciate you passing by and having some revision time with yours truly. Remember, we're usually here on a Monday, 7 p.m. Zulu, which is GMT, formerly known as GMT, now known as UTC. And on a Monday, we usually cover the latest updates from the CAA and the Air Accident Investigation Branch, and there's usually a focused topic. So make sure you check the YouTube channel, Future Pilot 901, for that. If you're on Kick, make sure you hit that follow button. If you're on the YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn those notifications on so you do not miss whenever I come on live. I have got some videos in the works from different flights that I've done, but you know what it's like, living three lives and living one life, working three jobs to pay for one dream. So it's sometimes quite difficult to find the time, but I'm hoping to get some more videos out very soon. And when I say very soon, that usually means a few months. right? So I'll catch you guys Monday. If not, I'll catch you about Thursday next week when I do my next flight sim session. If you guys have suggestions on things, emergencies that I could try, as you can see, I'm willing to take requests. Why? Because it challenges me, allows me to practice and to be well prepared for these scenarios in real life. And hopefully I never have to go through them in real life, but it's better to be prepared and for it to not happen than for it to happen and not be prepared, because the Grim Reaper will be waiting. Just saying. But yeah, hope you guys are having a great week. Thank you very much. Shout out to the new subs. Much appreciated to you. Thank you as well. The All Persons Official. Shout out to you. Thank you for passing by. All right, people. Well, you know the drill. Until next time. This is Future Pilot 901. I'm your future captain. My name is Dee, and I'm reminding you to live your dream. Peace. Man, from living in my car to finally getting my trial flight done.
Hold it.
To being in this moment. Hey, come on. Well done. Was it worth the sacrifice? Oh, man.
Go fake three.
Pull back. Maybe pull back more. Hold it there. Pull back.
Switching to Southern radar 130.
Bit more.
Listen. Was it worth the sacrifice?
So, power right on. Center line.
Listen, if you have a dream, it's down to you to make it happen, man. You might give it everything and it might still not work, but guess what? The journey makes you a better, stronger person. Can you imagine what kind of person you would become if you didn't pursue the one thing that you thought was the best thing in the world? You didn't pursue it. What kind of person does that make you after 20, 30 years of doing that? But when you chase what you believe is the most valuable, the most beautiful, the most awesome thing that you can do, and you give it everything, win or lose, you become a better person.